Hello, my name's Ruth Walker and I'm the subject leader for history. If you're watching this presentation, then the chances are you're interested in continuing your study onto GCSE. That's fantastic news because the history course is really interesting and gives you lots of skills that will not only improve your knowledge and understanding of history, but also help with your other subjects such as English and RE. You may not have realised it, but throughout years 7 to 9 you've been completing work that will contribute to your understanding of the history GCSE. This includes both the content you have studied and written work that is based around the requirements of GCSE questions. That means you have already had experience of some of the expectations of GCSEs, so please don't be intimidated by the thought of it being a big leap. Of course, GCSEs are supposed to be a bigger challenge as they are a formal qualification, but you will be well prepared to meet that challenge by the end of the course. As I said, you have covered some aspects of the content, so that won't all be new to you. If you remember things like the feudal system and the Black Death from Year 7, the Industrial Revolution in Year 8, and Germany's actions in the outbreak of the First World War in Year 9, you will recognise them again in parts of the GCSE course. However, there is also lots of new and exciting content in both Year 10 and Year 11. In Year 10, you will study Germany between 1900 and 1945, so you will cover aspects such as Kaiser Wilhelm's Germany and the outbreak of the First World War, the effects of the war on Germany, the Treaty of Versailles, the rise of Hitler, and life in Nazi Germany. You will also cover the early years of the Cold War up to 1972, including famous events like the Cuban Missile Crisis and the building of the Berlin Wall. In Year 11, we go back a bit further into the past and you will study Anglo-Saxon England and how the Normans changed aspects of life, for example, keeping control, law and order, and religion. The final unit in Year 11 is about medicine, surgery, and public health in Britain from medieval times to the present day. So you will find out about the conditions in towns, how illnesses were treated, how surgery developed, and how governments managed epidemics such as the Black Death and cholera. If you're intrigued about why political leaders make the decisions they do, and I think we all are, then a study of history will help you with this. By the end of the course, you will have a solid understanding of some of the things that have shaped our country into what we know today from both a domestic and an international point of view. Of course, history is not just about acquiring knowledge of what happened in the past. It is also a subject that helps you to think critically and to use evidence to justify claims, which are really important skills in academic work and also in life in general. I'm sure you've all heard the phrase fake news in some way in recent years. How can you tell information is fake unless you know how to treat the information appropriately and ask the necessary questions of it? History will help you. History offers so many different opportunities for your future as well. Whether you decide to stay with the study of history directly, as I have, or use the skills it offers you to branch out into something like journalism, law, research, television work, work in the tourist industry or in politics, or whether you're actually just interested to know what happened in the past and how we can learn from it to help shape the future, there is something for everyone. As you can see, studying history puts you in some very good company. Many of these people don't necessarily talk about history on a day-to-day basis, but their understanding of it has helped them become who they are, and their understanding of how people and societies work has contributed to their success. And of course, the real celebrity history graduates you will come across every day are the most important to you. We follow the GCSE AQA history course, so in terms of assessment, history students sit 2 exams at the end of the course in Year 11. Paper 1 is about Germany and the Cold War, and Paper 2 is about the Anglo-Saxons and Normans and public health. The exams are each 2 hours long and they contain a range of different types of question. You will work hard through Year 10 and Year 11 to learn how to answer these questions, and your teacher will show you how to do them and tell you how you can improve. It is a course that requires you to think hard and work hard, but you will find it interesting and it will help you to make sense of some of the controversial issues in the world today. Anyone can study history GCSE, but it will be easier for those who really want to succeed. If you're genuinely enthusiastic about the subject, it will be easier for you to absorb the important knowledge you need to take in and remember. Keeping up to date with your work is also crucial as we move at a fairly brisk pace in order to have time to revise at the end of the course. If you miss work, you will need to be proactive about catching up. It's important that we don't dismiss things that happened in the past as being stupid or ignorant. As L.P. Hartley wrote in The Go-Between in 1953, the past is a foreign country. They do things differently there. You need to be respectful of the subject matter and consider the points you wish to make, as you never know how someone in the classroom might have been connected to an event in some way. It is also really important that you organise your revision effectively so that it's a useful document to help you prepare for your exams during the course and at the end as well. Parents often ask what is the best support for students when they study history. I always tell them two things. Firstly, you should read as much as you can and try to expand your vocabulary. Reading fluently and accurately and the ability to process information effectively is one of the most important things you need to be able to access the course. Reading also helps your writing as it helps to embed good habits in terms of extending sentences into paragraphs and communicating effectively, which is important as in both exam papers you're assessed for SPAG, spelling, punctuation and grammar, in one of the questions. The second thing I say is that when we're able to, of course, a really good thing to do to enhance your understanding of a topic is to try and visit a museum or site of interest that relates to it. If you could get to the Imperial War Museum, Dover Castle, the Cabinet War Rooms, the Old Operating Theatre or the medical wing of the Science Museum, those will all support your understanding of elements of the course. These are the qualities that we're looking for. So, if you fulfil these criteria, then GCSE History wants you. Thank you for watching. My email address is on this slide, but do ask your history teacher if you need any further information.